All right, we're rolling. We're rolling.
We always got to start with that exact sound right there. Hello, everybody. All right. So once in a while on this show, we call in a professional. Okay.
Yes.
When we're getting into a topic that maybe we aren't 100% confident in, we bring in someone who knows what they're talking about way more than us. And today, this is really fun. We have Amarie Castillo, who is a good friend of mine, good comic, all that great stuff. But however, you're living the dream right now. You're living the dream in that you get paid to talk sports full time, and that is commendable.
You know, you think they say never meet your hero, never get your dream job, because it's not glamorous, just like being a stand-up comedian. But I am fortunate though that I get to. I know you're on the radio a lot. I was like, yeah, it's long hours, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're telling me you do like what, 6 hours a day or something like that?
Yeah, I'm on air 5 hours a day.
Woo!
Oh, that's the Francesa shift.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. Like it's like, oh, this is fun. Like there could be worse jobs.
Absolutely. Yeah, and now you're down in New Mexico, right? That's
down in New Mexico currently working. So they're Cumulus Media, but they're all over the country.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about
so
them.
You don't just cover local then. You're a national.
Oh yeah, no, national too. Local and national, but living in New Mexico, it's like not a sports town. So I kind of struggle here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who do they have? It's like New Mexico State, right? Has a football team. I know that. Well,
see, what's funny is that's the not known university here. They're just known now because of all the drama, national news they've made, and they made 2 bowl games in a row. But it's the University of New Mexico Lobos, which the only famous football player basically from the Lobos was recently was Brian Urlacher. So yeah. And people are kind of like
Urlacher, wow.
Not relevant sports fans. They're like Dallas Cowboy fans stuck in the 90s, and but it's their year.
Like most Cowboy fans.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get into that in just a second here. So all we're doing this show, we're just gonna do our predictions for Wild Card Weekend. And then we're going to do our normal fun stuff. For those of you who are only on the audio version, you have to come to the YouTube for the fun stuff, which is the brawls and the commercials. But this is the audio part right over here. You guys want to just hop right in?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right. So game 1, and this is just in chronological order of how they're going to be broadcast. So we got the Browns up the Texans here. This game here is, I think, it's going to be the culmination and the unfortunate end of 2 feel-good stories in the league this year. You know, you got Flacco and you got a rookie on the other side, and it's just, it's 2 franchises that have been down in the dumps, and they're in the playoffs, and one of them's got to end the other one's season. I don't know.
I think it's crazy that I don't think it's crazy that the Texans are plus 2.5. Some people were freaking out about that they're underdogs at home. I'm with you, Phil. I love the feel-good story between both of these teams. CJ Stroud has been exceptional to watch. I'm glad he's healthy. I was a little nervous there for like 2 weeks. And the Joe Flacco story saved the Browns. But with the Deshaun Watson mess and losing their star running back, Nick Chubb, it's just really, and the Browns will brown. But I think when it gets down to this game, believe me, my franchise does that as well, my personal team. So what I think this is going to come down to is veteran experience, though. I definitely think I think the Houston Texans showed this against even the Indianapolis Colts, who are an underrated team that I think people don't have respect for. But
hell yeah, Minshew Mania.
Yes, Minshew Mania, baby. But I think the Houston Texans really are going to show that they're a young team, and this is their first playoff game as a young team. So I'm really hoping it's a good game, but I really think the Browns are going to pull it out on the road.
I agree. Yeah, no, I'm
in the same. Yeah, go ahead,
Mike. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's pretty much it. I think with Flacco coming into the playoffs, I think they have a much better chance. I mean, look, anybody can win the playoffs, but this is a rookie team, not rookie team, the first time really as this unit in the playoffs. CJ Stroud being a rookie, so I could see the Browns definitely taking this game.
All right,
Brian.
Any thoughts, Brian?
I don't know. I mean, this is a close call. I want the Browns to win. I want to see Flacco, go out on
Everyone
like a
loves
high note.
Flacco.
Why not? Why not?
Right.
Towards the end of his career. So yeah, I'm hoping for the Browns. It could be the Texans though too. Like I'm seeing like just like playoff odds, like saying like that the Texans may take it too. So I don't know. I know I'm pulling for the Browns. So that's all I know.
All right, emotions with the Browns. I'm with you guys
Right.
pretty much with that one. I think it's going to be the Browns because people forget that the Browns were built to win this year. The infrastructure, people act like Joe
Right.
Flacco came in and they suddenly started winning. And that's not the case. They had a good
No.
team. The infrastructure was built around him. And they were ready to rock. It just so happens that they went through 4 quarterbacks. But no, I think they're the better built team. I think the Texans are a little ahead of schedule. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, I think Amarie and the rest of you guys are right. It's going to be Flacco coming in there and
Their
doing
defense
some damage.
carried them this year. Their
Yeah.
defense
Yeah.
is a really good unit, and that's what got them to the point to get Flacco in there and keep it up. It's crazy though. I don't know if you guys heard this, but the AFC North are all above like 500 for the first time since like 1930 or I don't know, whatever, a million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize that, but yeah, that's a good stat. It's
All right,
impressive.
so
that
we're going
they're
Browns
actually
on that
winning.
one. Let's keep rolling along here to the second game of the weekend here.
Ooh.
You have the Dolphins versus Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team. That is what we have here. I think this one is a slam dunk. I think the Chiefs are gonna pull some playoff magic out of their rectums. I think the Dolphins have shown a lot of chinks in the armor this year, and I think honestly, I think Kansas City is gonna house them by like a touchdown or two. I really do.
Really? Huh?
You might be right.
think so.
I think Kansas City will snap out of their funk because it's playoff time. But I think they have the edge over the Dolphins. I'm just anxious to see what Frank the Tank ends up doing on social media. That's the highlight anytime the Dolphins play. I just think about Frank the Tank and
you guys should go
so.
walk with him. I think he has public walks.
I meant to go for his 100th, and I had a doctor's appointment because I freelance over there with them.
Yeah.
So I know him, and I went to go walk, and I had a doctor's appointment, and I couldn't go. And then the appointment, my doctor never showed up because he's like, "Oh, I have to get my other book," so I could have went, and I didn't go. So that's my little story.
All right, Brian, I sensed you disagreed with what I said.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean,
Brian's audio. He's
Brian, your audio is
glitching.
Oh, can you hear me?
Start over. Yeah. What
Now
were
we
you
can
saying?
hear you. Yeah.
You disagreed with me, but then your audio cut out.
Oh. Yeah, the Chiefs haven't been like looking like the same Chiefs lately. I definitely think, and the Dolphins' offense is nothing to fuck with this. I think Mike McDaniel. Can you what? Can you see
we lost you.
audio?
We lost you again
your
for a
mic.
second
Your
there.
mic keeps cutting out. I don't know why.
It's Con Ed. That's what it is.
Wow.
Probably. Yeah, I would just check the plugs and stuff. It's probably yeah.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn Con Ed. Can you hear me? Test.
Yeah, I mean,
now?
yeah.
Don't miss Con Ed.
We keep things professional.
That's how we do.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think the Dolphins have a really good offense, and I think the Chiefs are not the same Chiefs right now.
Mhm.
So that's
I don't
my
completely
hot take.
disagree with that, but I think they're going to turn it on,
Yeah.
and maybe that's just me
Good point.
being, I don't actually know. Let's get to the expert opinion. Amarie, what do you think is going to happen in this
Stop calling
game?
me an expert. We all think we're experts. None of us know anything. I'm going to tell you about Kansas City. They aren't the same Kansas City Chiefs. They have a really sound defense. This shows like Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, but he has no one to throw to except Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Their wide receiver trash. It's all garbage. They have an okay running game. They just look a little lost in their identity. And the thing about the Miami Dolphins is they're so close. They kind of remind me of the San Francisco 49ers. It's just that injury bug between their defense. Now Raheem Mostert is hurt. Their RB1, but they have an exceptional that A-Chain and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Mike McDaniel is my favorite coach in the NFL. I think we've all fallen in love with him, even if you are rivals in this division in the AFC East. I think he's just so hard not to like, and everyone's starting to hate the Kansas City Chiefs. They're kind of becoming, a little dynasty team. Patrick Mahomes has become a crybaby now. I've lost a lot of respect for him. It's really starting to piss me off because I have loved him and now I hate him. I want the
Yeah.
Dolphins to win in this one. I think you're right. Kansas City has the refs on their side. They're going to be at home, and Mike is just too injured.
Brian, who's a Jets fan, knows all about that. About the refs being on Kansas City's side.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
You saw that this year.
says they're going to give it to him. So
listen, like, life was just not on our side this year. Okay, life was not on our side this year. Fuck the refs.
Yeah,
Patriots.
it's
Come on,
always
you
the
went out
case.
today.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so that one's kind of a split opinion. That's a lot of fun. All right, so the next one is Steelers
Ooh.
at the Bills. Steelers at the Bills. This one is intriguing for the simple fact of the geography of it. I think there's going to be a lot of Steelers fans rolling up into the stadium because, by the way, it's not a far drive from one of those cities to the other. It's not far at all. It'll be fun. It's going to be like a 70-30 or a 60-40 situation. I think at the very least we're going to see absolute electricity in that stadium, regardless of how the game turns out. Mike, I want you to go first on this one. What do you got?
This is really hard because you have a Steelers team that started doing really well, later got better as the year went on. The Bills team, again, they won the division somehow, despite the crazy season they've had. I don't know, though, what they have left in the tank. For the, this was like, what were we saying during the season? That maybe the Bills will lose and Josh Allen will split and come to the Giants and link up with Dable.
I don't.
That was the hope, right?
But
it's not going to happen now. Yeah.
No, he's a franchise quarterback, dude.
No, I know.
I don't know who besides you said that. I don't know. You just
I heard
Donald
on the radio.
Trump on us there.
I heard on the radio.
Yeah.
But my point is that
people are
both
saying
teams have been up and down. Yeah, have been up and down. So this is a toss-up. I want to pick the Steelers, but I feel like the Bills will win the first round. This is a tough one.
All right, Brian. I know it's a divisional rival in the Bills, but remove your emotions. Tell us what you think.
Passion.
I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is going with Josh Allen in the Bills. The Steelers are not the same Steelers. I also heard from a guy. I went to the Jets game on Christmas Eve. Some dude told me that they're thinking of getting rid of Mike Tomlin. He might go to the Chargers. But this is the same guy that also told me that he woke up drunk at the Secaucus train station. So who knows how reliable this human being is? A deadbeat dad.
Are you related to him, Brian? I feel like that's
no, that's actually my uncle. Okay, all right. So my drunk uncle told me that the Steelers are going to get rid of their head coach. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the Bills are going to take this one. They're like the better team in our division. So I think the Dolphins will overall, the Dolphins will overall advance over the Bills, but I think the Bills will beat the Steelers.
All right, I'm going to echo what you said. I think the Bills are gonna win this one. They're at home, and Josh Allen, if he pulls a Josh Allen game, that's kind of it. I mean, that's really is. He has that level of talent where he can just take control of the game. I don't see the Steelers. I mean, hey, they could, but I don't see it happening. Amarie, what do you got?
Well, a week ago, if you showed me this game before this last weekend, if you showed me this game in week 17, I would have been like, this is going down to the buzzer. But ever since the Steelers lost TJ Watt, it's over for them. I have no faith in them to win without their star defensive man. The Bills are like Jekyll and Hyde, though. You never know what Bills team you're going to get. Last year, the first half was Jekyll, and then the second half was Hyde. The turnovers, they have got to limit that in the playoffs, or they're going to continue this curse they've had for 40 years. This Mike Tomlin, though, I mean, he's a good coach and he always finds a way, but with the loss of TJ Watt, sometimes teams can rally together. I just don't think the defense can get it done against a high-powered Josh Allen offense. So I'm definitely picking the Bills, especially at home.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree with pretty much with all that. Yep. So none of us disagree on that one at all. Not much debate.
Losing TJ Watt, that's sad. That's a
that was your guy.
Oh, for sure. All right, so now we're going to move along to the NFC. It's it is weird how they scheduled it, by the way. It's 3 AFC games and then 3 NFC games. They didn't mix and match this year. They just went one then the other, 3-3. So 2 classic teams and 2 hated teams, depending on, what you're a fan of, where you're from, etc. You have the Love and the Packers heading down to Texas to take on the Cowboys. This one is interesting for a lot of reasons. I think the main question is Love ready for prime time? I think that is a question, especially, they're kind of taking not really taking a chance, but they traded away Rodgers and now he's supposed to be the next guy. And they're a franchise known for having these generational quarterbacks.
Right.
Then again, you go down to Texas. Is it their year? I don't think it's their year, but you know what? I think this is their game. I think the guys with the tight silver pants are going to win this one against the Packers.
Tight silver pants.
It's a tight silver pants.
That's what they're known for, right?
Yeah,
isn't that what they're? Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Brian, how do you feel about guys in tight silver pants and this game?
I love guys in tight silver pants. I'm a big fan of dudes in tight silver pants. I mean, that's also redundant because like everyone's wearing tight pants in the NFL.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about, Phil?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought the Cowboys were known for that. I don't know.
Tight silver pants.
But anyway,
silver.
I'm gonna go. I am also gonna go with the tight silver pants team, too as well. And the only reason is I had Dak Prescott in my fantasy this year, and he was he did pretty good, but then also like I would switch him out for Jared Goff too, and Jared Goff is killing it this year, so I'll just go with the Cowboys.
All right,
I'll take Cowboys. I'll tell you what though, if Green Bay wins this game, Cowboys need to just clean house because like what are we doing? Like this is a mess. Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's year after year, the Cowboys have actually gotten better, and it's like, oh, they'll finally get back to being the Cowboys, and they don't. But I think they should win this game. And like I said, if they don't, it's going to be a it's going to be a rough off season for the Cowboys.
Yeah. What more can they do? I think you make a really good point, actually. Amarie, what do you think about this game here?
God, I am putting my emotions aside, but all as much as I hate the Green Bay Packers and their arrival within my own division for my team, I think the Packers out of everyone should follow the formula. It's a winning formula. I know, being a Jets fan below me, and it's like, can we just have a franchise quarterback? Like this is the process. This is what should happen. And just like the Houston Texans, this is Jordan Love's first year starting. Give this guy man to develop. He's going to be a problem. I do think he's good. NFL fans are impatient, so they're like, oh, he needs to be a Super Bowl champion now. It's like, okay. Green Bay Packers are healthy, though. Aaron Jones is 100%. They got young receivers. They got a not horrible, but okay defense. The Dallas Cowboys are trouble at home. I think they're undefeated. I'm so sick of this narrative with good top 10 quarterbacks. If they're not Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, they've hit their ceiling. They can't win a Super Bowl. That's why I'm excited to see quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, all these guys in the playoffs, because people say for some reason a mid-tier quarterback can't win a Super Bowl, but look, he has a great defense. He has CeeDee Lamb is absolutely ridiculous. That guy, I really enjoy him. And Mike McCarthy, I'm sorry, he's won a Super Bowl, and funny enough, with the Green Bay Packers. So this is fun rivalry for these teams. I don't think this is what I'm taking the home team in this. If Dallas was on the road, I think they get smothered by the Packers. But because they're at home, I think they take it. And this is Dak Prescott's coming off his best year yet. So I hope he can prove the haters wrong, because I like that.
You bring up an interesting point, actually. These two teams are two teams who are considered to have two of the best, if not the two best, home field advantages in the league. Because, people always say it's no joke to walk into Lambeau in, January. And same thing, what was it called? AT&T Stadium, whatever it's called down there.
World.
Or whatever the fuck it's called. Jerry's World. I mean, that place holds 110,000 people, I think. So that's an extremely intimidating atmosphere for someone to just roll up in.
Jerry's World. Oh my God.
There we go. So we're taking the Cowboys for Jerry's world there. Moving along here, another interesting storyline in this one.
I like this one.
This one, you know, I'll let you. You know what? You go first in this one, Amory. I want to because you seem excited to talk about this. A lot of good storylines.
This is my favorite game of the week.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, former Lions quarterback, heading to Ford Field for a playoff game. This is
How
amazing.
crazy is that?
I don't think Matthew Stafford was thinking he was going to go visit the old Lions team with the remainder a couple years he has in his career. And I think people thought the Rams were done. Sean McVay invested a lot in the last couple of years, and man, they're my surprise team this year. Between Puka Nacua, Cooper Rush is healthy, young star running back Kyren Williams. They still have Aaron Donald on the other side, and Sean McVay. He's a young boy genius that has started this trend in the NFL with these young trendy boy genius coaches. I'm very excited because I think Matthew Stafford's going to give it to the Lions. And I'm putting my emotion aside. I think Dan Campbell is too emotional of a coach. He has too much pride. I can't believe he started all of his star players against a broken Minnesota Vikings team. He had a third seed in the playoffs. He had a home game in the playoffs. And now two of your starters, including your young star tight end, Sam Laporta, is now not going to play. What are you doing? So I think his emotions are going to get the best of him. I think it's going to be a close game, and the Rams have a game-winning drive. Matthew Stafford eliminates them out of the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be a great story. That's like movie-worthy. The team that trades you away, you walk into their house and take them down on TV in front of everybody.
Oh, God, I would love that.
And this one is the Sunday primetime game, too, by the way. So literally everyone's going to be watching this one.
Can't wait.
You know what? This one's tough. I think you're right. I think it's going to be the Rams simply because of the same reason when we talked about the other game with the Browns. I think LA's got a little more experience, whereas Detroit they're an upstart team. It's a great story, but yeah, I do think it comes to an end on national TV this Sunday. I'm with you. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, I think this is the Lions' 8 Mile moment. You know, this is like they're ready. They're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, they're puking up mom's spaghetti, but they're fucking ready. Like, I mean, they're good this year. The Lions are good this year. And like Detroit as a city and as a team has been trash for so long. Like, I'm just like rooting for, and Goff is great too. Like, I think Amarie brought up a lot of good points. It is going to be incredibly interesting to see Stafford, back against his old team too, especially because he was always like one of my top fantasy picks, even though the Lions were like trash, but he was like a great fantasy pick when he was on the Lions. But they're I don't think people are talking about them enough this year. They're really good this year, and they've always been so bad. They've always been like reliably bad. Like you could always count on them being bad. So yeah, what was that?
They're a darling this year. Like, you can't hate the Lions because they've never been good. So, like, of course you're rooting for them. Like, even in my own division, I'm not, like, mad. I'd be totally happy for them. And on another note, remember, Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl with the Rams. So this is just, like, a fun This is fun.
This is the game to watch.
Yeah.
This is
a good one.
Yeah, they did a good thing putting this one as the Sunday game to feature to make sure that everyone's watching. I'm with you. Mike, what do you think about this one?
I think the Lions will win, but after hearing Amarie, what you said about the Rams, it's like now I'm really intrigued. It's going to be a better game than I thought. I just didn't even pay too much attention to it, but it'll be a go. But I think the Rams do win this first one, but it's not going to be easy, especially based on what you said. It's not going to be easy.
All right, and then that brings us to our final game, the Monday game at the new Super Wild Card weekend. They have the extra night now because they got to have those TV dollars. We have the Eagles at the Bucks here, and I gotta say this is gonna be. I think we went from what is probably the most interesting game to what is arguably the least interesting game of the weekend, because you have a team that won a trash division against a team that's lost 5 out of their last 6 in the Eagles. So I don't really know. Like this one here, I don't see anybody coming in and overpowering the other. This might almost look like a non-playoff game in the way it ends up being executed. Like it might
the best game out of all of them. That'd be so funny.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So this one is really hard to pick. I guess I'll go with the Eagles just because they're from a stronger division and they had probably some tougher games this year. But that's the only reason. I think that they've been eating shit. I wouldn't be shocked to see it go the other way.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like the Eagles are just losing and losing. I don't know if they're going to win this one. I want to pick them just because I have family members and friends who are Eagles fans. I hate to go against them, but the Eagles are not showing me anything to say that they're going to come out and win this game.
You're a Giants fan, Mike. How are you?
I would think I'm rooting for. I think the Bucs are going to win, but I'm just saying, like, just to be unbiased.
Well, I'm a Giants fan too. I mean, they lost to the Giants, which is embarrassing this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is embarrassing.
I don't see how the Eagles can win this game.
Yeah,
I think the Bucs are going to win.
All right. Amarie, what do you got?
All right. This is crazy. 2 broken quarterbacks. Baker is not healthy. I don't know. I know he was just trying to make that $2 million incentive yesterday. He's like, could you imagine being her and you're like, I got to finish this game and get to the playoffs because I cannot lose the Panthers. Because if he went to the playoffs in his contract, he got an extra $2 million. Nice to be him.
Hell yeah.
He still has 2 top receivers. He has Rashad White. They have a good defense. I know everyone trashes on the NFC South, but they still won it. Yeah. And the Eagles totally have lost their identity. I hate Nick Sirianni. I think he's a little bitch. Sorry, I can't stand him. With all due respect, cry away, cry baby. They just look lost. The locker room and guys, I can't see the Eagles winning. If Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are not going to play, how the Eagles going to win? I'm going to call this day of with who plays. And one of their running backs, DeAndre Swift's not going to probably play either. So they broken. And it seems like something is going on off the field because AJ Brown hasn't been happy all year as well. So I'm actually picking the Buccaneers to upset the Eagles, but I hope Jalen Hurts is okay because that sucks.
Yeah, I like Hurts too, but you're right. I think the Bucs are going to win. Yeah,
Brian, any thoughts here?
I guess honestly, I'd say the Bucs too. Can you what? Did I go away again?
You did. You're back. You're back.
Yeah, you're good.
I was on the fence. I think the Bucs probably, just because Hurts is hurt to make a terrible Mike Story pun.
That's the of all fingers.
No, it's I'm gonna go with the Bucs on this one just to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So I think those are all pretty good picks. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up here? Does anybody have like a Super Bowl prediction or any very kind of like fun parlays they want to bet on this week, or are we just gonna wrap it up?
The Eagles just killed my dreams yesterday. Destroyed my dreams. I'm happy for your Giants, but dear God, I'm so mad at them right now. And oh my God, I can't. But my dream is to see the AFC Championship. I want this so bad. I would love to see Joe Flacco and the Ravens AFC Championship.
That would be fun.
The Lions Cowboys Championship. I would love that. I have a lot of different scenarios. I think this is the most fun playoffs, and this has been one of the most fun NFL seasons besides my personal team. Tom Brady's like, the NFL sucks now. It's mediocre. I love that more than the league is 500. I love every storyline. I think it's so much fun. So thanks for having me on.
No, I'm with you there. It's they call this the year of the backup quarterback. I feel like this is the most I've seen more teams do more with less this year than I ever have. It's genuinely interesting.
It's insane.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on and women's planning some opinions here. Can I ask you a question before you run? Because you do radio, you do sports radio. How many like douchebag bro dudes call in and try to like mansplain sports to you on your own show? Like, is that like a normal occurrence?
yeah, my mental health has taken a toll. You know, as a stand-up comedian and a sports personality, I really take it. I mean, what am I thinking? Being a woman, thinking I could be funny and talk about sports. I really chose a tough road here. No, it's terrible because I get it every single day. I get quizzed every day. My DMs or guys will tell me I just get the jobs because I'm attractive or whatever, or I don't know. It's disgusting. But now I just try to make light of it and make fun of it. I have my own radio. I'm on the radio full-time Monday through Friday, but I have my own show called Name 3 Players on Saturday mornings. It's a sports betting show. It's also a podcast form, but I named it Name 3 Players because every time a guy meets me, it's my husband's favorite thing at a bar. Like, a guy will be like, oh, you think you know sports? And he'll start like quizzing me. And I know more than him, and it's great. Like, it's just like,
yeah.
Like, 2023, like, we all have Google. Like, it's so bizarre that people think that women can't know about football. Like, it blows my mind at this point.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
We all have exactly. You have Google and television sets. Like, I mean, you've logged more hours watching football than most people I know. You know, which is why I was like, we got to have her on for this.
The weird part to me too is my job is to study the game. So like, it's so weird. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm making it up.
It's like actually,
At this date,
or they'll or they think I only know about like my husband's team. It's so weird.
Yeah, like he's in the other room feeding you lines or some bullshit.
Like
Exactly.
Over there.
I wonder how regional that is, because in New York we have a lot more female sportscasters and they're all amazing.
Well, they have to hire him now because or they just throw you in the middle, which is fine too. But
speaking of which, one last thing, you texted me. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this, but you're going to be doing you are going to be doing some sideline coverage coming up.
Sideline. I'm going to be doing a media row at the Super Bowl.
That's fucking awesome.
That's pretty sick. I guess it's I'm really excited about the experience. A lot of my mentors have been preparing me for it. It's a lot though. It's like overwhelming, and you'll be it's in Vegas this year. It'll be in the convention center. So basically it's just they set every radio station up, and it's just like every celebrity, pro athlete, whoever just like comes through. But it's like constant all day. It's crazy. So
you were filming a lot of content. I'll definitely be looking out for that.
Let me know. And if I could share this podcast and promote it, let me know.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be up probably either later tonight or first thing tomorrow. We'll have some clips up on the grams, all that stuff. I know I definitely appreciate that as well. Thanks for coming on.
All
right.
Thank you.
This is a lot of fun.
Guys.
All right. Peace. See you guys next week.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. All right. Now we have.
That was great.
No, she's a fucking expert, dude. She was awesome. Downplaying it. Like no one's on the radio 5 hours a day because they don't know what they're talking about. Like she's talking about.
Very humble.
Yeah. All right. So we have. Are we doing the brawl first or the commercial first this week, Mike? What do you got?
Let's do the commercial first because it's quick, and then the brawl is it's a good one. I want to pick up something really good, so let's go right to the commercial. This is a Geico commercial with Randy Johnson, Phil, that you found.
I think I know which one this is. Yeah, no, play it.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is having a snowball fight with pitching great Randy Johnson a bad idea?
Sorry, man. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you just winged me.
Think anybody's gonna notice that?
Yeah, probably. Maybe we should just go sledding.
Yeah. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
I thought that was relevant because we've been seeing the social media video of that pitcher throwing the snowball at top speed and hitting the fence. So I thought this was very topical to compare it with.
Well, and also Randy Johnson was sort of in the news because he did the first pitch at the World Series this year because he's I guess considered a Diamondbacks great. I mean, they don't have a lot of history, so he's kind of arguably the most famous or one of their most famous players.
He is their most famous. Let's be honest. Like he's I mean, he's one of the greatest
Gonzalez
ever.
He probably hit him or Schilling.
The Diamondbacks have, Kurt
Schilling. Yeah, I mean, The thing is
Matt
about these kind of commercials though is that in for the first part of it where they have the guy who's like, he has to like explain for the people that don't watch sports who Randy Johnson is. That always bothers me that they add an extra line or two into these commercials because if you don't know who Randy Johnson is, too bad. They should just say, instead of saying like, "Oh, baseball pitching great," it's like, no, just say fucking Randy Johnson. Yeah, I don't know, and maybe that's just me being a fucking weirdo. I don't know, but that's just sort of my opinion on that one.
Yeah, I think that is just you because like there's like a bit. I mean, like, okay, so like fair enough. Obviously, like you'll see what Randy Johnson they're talking about when like he appears. Although his hair looks actually like pretty Hollywood in this one. He's not wearing like the wife beating mullet anymore.
Right,
but like
he's all cleaned up.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's probably producer decision. He probably rolled up with that hair on.
I mean, Randy Johnson is also such like a generic name that like you do kind of have to be like pitching great Randy Johnson and like, but I guess I mean, obviously you'll see who it is too when they appear, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's you being nitpicky, Phil.
All right. Well, the other thing that I think is cool about this commercial, I'll praise it also, is that the guy's like, "Oh, you just winged me." That is a reference to the bird incident. I think that's very funny. That's a deep cut for those of you who actually do know all about that, and which is pretty much every baseball fan. Mike, what are your general emotions on this commercial?
Seeing this commercial, I forgot that they don't do these anymore with that Geico guy because they were like he was like in every Geico commercial. So I wonder where he is now. He also has a big receding hairline like I do, so that makes me feel good. Look, if you look at his little wavy hair here, let me see, he turns his head. Yeah, see, he's got the hole. I got that. It's like 10 inches deeper than the other side of his head. So anyway, that's just about me. The other thing you
gotta pick a side to bring it to when you're about that age. I know all about that.
And then this garage door, I've been just fixated on the snowball and the design of the impact from a special effects standpoint. They got the joke across, but wouldn't it be like deeper into I don't know. They could have did a better job with the indentation mark. It looks too phony. But again, I'm nitpicking now.
Out of cardboard. I'm with you, Mike.
Yeah. But no, it's a great commercial. It was funny. I like it.
All right.
I think it's a good catch too about the bird incident. I didn't even really like put that together.
I didn't until just now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. With the feathers coming out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Remember when Randy Johnson made a bird explode?
You could play that as a game. That guy, Super 70 Sports, you see him on social media on Twitter. He made a game of that. It's like an 8-bit game, and you got to hit the bird. It's kind of fun, actually.
I like
Nintendo style. We got a fight here. Yeah, we got a fight. This one is one of the most popular fights in recent memory. It's in the Fight Hall of Fame. We have to do it. Finally get to it. It's not Mouse in the Palace, but this is a big one. It's Odor versus Bautista, and I thought let's do a big one tonight, and let's get the fans watching. Let's check this out. So here's the pitch, and this all started in the middle of a play. You see Bautista with a hard slide into Odor, and in the middle of the play, while the game was still going on, they're going at it. And you don't see it from that. Let me see. Do you see it from this? No, you don't see it.
No, you don't see it from this angle. So this was in the mid-2010s when the Rangers and the Blue Jays met in the playoffs a few times in a row, if I'm not mistaken. So there kind of was a little bit of a rivalry here.
Here we go. The shove. Oh, that Bautista.
That hit is legendary.
Odor. Future Yankee. Well, he eventually became, now he's a former Yankee, but yeah. He clocked him perfect. The only thing close to that kind of punch was the Tim Anderson fight where Tim Anderson got knocked out.
We'll get to that one eventually, maybe later in the winter. I don't know, but this hit is legendary. This is in that like top tier, right up there with like another one we haven't done, the Nolan Ryan one. This one is one of those ones you reference this to a baseball fan. This has been almost 10 years since this happened, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that hit was great." Odor fucking knocked him on his ass. And also we've talked about this on the show before, Brian, where we have our theory that somebody who grew up in a not so nice area, like the poorer somebody grew up, the more they can fight. It is very clear that Odor grew up in a rough household because he gave the shove and textbook just clocked him. Like it was not even like no hesitation, good form, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely like through that like he definitely had like flashbacks to when his dad was mad at him for changing the channel.
I'm watching Oprah. Put it back.
But no, I mean this hit like I already have like my rating like for this. So this is like, and like I mean I wish I saw I mean, you kind of wish there was more of like a brawl with like, well, let's see, like the whole.
There really wasn't a brawl. It was kind of like you mentioned the Tim Anderson one. It was just one guy was clearly a better fighter than the other. There wasn't a need for a brawl.
Yeah, the spill out was just long. It's still, this isn't even the replay. Well, but this is the replay, but like it's still the same.
It's just dudes jawing and like Bautista literally in pain.
He's like, ow, jawing and jaw pain, both.
Yeah. No, you see a lot of people, and Bautista's trying to act tough. It's like, dude, you just got clocked, my dude. Like, I mean, the fact that he's still conscious from it, I give him credit for it. I don't know if I would have been, for being real, because that was a really good hit. Let's go back to.
I'm trying to see the actual punch. They didn't think. Okay, so this is the replay that we all saw over and over when this happened. Boom! He got. There was another angle. They don't have it in this, but he squarely hit him in the jaw, and their adrenaline was so high. You know, like it. At the end of the fight, you see
Pilar's getting in on this too. All right, so there was a little bit of a brawl. It wasn't just two guys. All right, I like it.
And Phil, you like this aesthetically? The uniforms are two different colors.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I love the fact that you've got a light and a dark, and there's no matching involved. You know who to hit when you come running in from the bullpen. You just look down. Okay, I've got my lights on. I'm hitting anybody wearing blue. Let's rock like that. That's. It's good. It's good for the fight. It's good for me. It's good for the entertainment value.
Except for the Rangers coaches wearing the blue jackets. They may get punched by their own team by mistake.
It's crazy too. Batista's being held back by who is that's holding him back?
His grandmother. No, wait, who was it? Oh, he's being held back by somebody on Texas. Yeah. I didn't see the name, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I give Pilar credit, man. Pilar was taking on like three guys right there. That was pretty nice.
But that's like he can put aside like the team rivalry for a minute to be like, dude, you got knocked the fuck out. You can't go back. You can't go back. Like I'm doing this for your own safety.
You're done. You're out. Now you lost.
Like whoever wins aside, like you got knocked.
100%, Brian. Because you're right. Because
it's Beltray.
The initial. Oh, it's Beltray. Yeah. If you look at the initial. The instigation where with the slide and the thing, I mean, Odor knew what he was doing. He gets up, he shoves him, and then Bautista goes to come forward, he just decks him. And so that would have just happened again. He would have gotten close and then gotten punched in the face again. It would have just happened twice. So yeah, I agree with you, Brian, that's he was saving him from himself pretty much.
Well, I don't know if the rule, we would have to look up if the rule came out after this fight, but now they have the in the neighborhood call because they cracked down on rough slides in the second. Mm-hmm. And now you don't even have to touch second base. It's the in the neighborhood, which was like a street ball rule for, playing in the schoolyard. But now it's like a real rule. If the second baseman catches it, he doesn't have to touch the base for his own safety, and I'm wondering if this fight was a part of that decision making.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah. Interesting as you yawn. It feels like Mike is
late. Well, no, we're recording late in the East Coast because we had Amarie on. She's on Mountain Time, so that's why we had to do it so late today.
We're on Mountain Time, yeah. This was good. It was a good fight.
Can we get one more? Can we get one more replay of the actual hit?
Yeah.
Before we go, I feel like I've watched a lot of guys talking. I want some action here.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, because you see, he shoves him. Then Bautista comes forward. He just gets clocked.
Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. I wish there was a slower angle. I thought this would have had. This is directly from the game, I think. So, But yeah, I remember seeing this over and over and over because he clocked them. So
this is one of those ones you can watch over and over. Like some brawls have replay value and some don't. This one is near the top in terms of replay value. I'm gonna give this one of 9.5. This is a classic. I mean, you could. The only thing that would make it a 10 is if there was, the cops involved or like something got lit on fire. This is one of the all-time greats. 9.5. Brian, you said you already had your rating. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I see why you would give it like such a high rating, because the punch is legit. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think this is like definitely like in like the Nosebleeders caliber Hall of Fame. This is a great connect. I guess why I don't give it as high of a rating as Phil is because like I wanted to see like I always like to see more violence, like more breakouts between people, like especially in a bench clearing brawl. Like especially I always go back to like when there was like that huge fight with Doc Gooden too, and also like the fight where Daryl Strawberry got held back. Like it's just like one of those things. Like those are the fights that I really like to see. So yeah, but this is, I mean, there's not a lot you can really complain about this. Like the hit was nasty, and then like him coming up and then boom popping him. It's just like that is watching that replay is practically a 10. If you just have that like 30-second like a TikTok, basically, like that's a 10. That is definitely a 10 right there.
Yeah,
so,
I'll admit I inflated it, Brian, for the cultural aspect of it. Because it's one of the most famous ones ever. It is. I mean, you got the sunglasses flying, 2 playoff rivals. It was just, I gave it a high rating for external reasons. I agree that the brawl wasn't complete, but that replay is one of those ones that you can just watch over and over again. I just love the replayability. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, going last, I get to hear everybody's opinions, and like my brain is like scrambling. What do I pick? I wanted to give it a 9.5, but after watching it, the punch was a 10. The punch was a 10. It does have a big cultural aspect, but Brian made a good point. Like, you can't compare this fight to the intensity of the 98 Yankees-Orioles brawl. Like, that's a 10. That's a 12. That's what we love to watch because it's exciting. So I'll give it a 9.3. How about that?
You wussed out. You wussed out.
I can't give it a 10, but
I didn't even know we were allowed to do anything between the 0.5s.
We can rank this based on animals if we wanted to. It's our show.
Sure.
Next week, I'm going to give next week's fight 6 llamas just because you said
6 llamas. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Six
all right.
I don't know.
Any closing thoughts, or are we wrapping up here?
Wick Martindale got fired. That's all I have to say.
All the coaches got fired this week. It's all going to happen. That's the NFL news for any teams that are not in it. One of your coaches got fired. Like that is that's all it is. I don't care.
Yeah, we're going to do a live game soon, right? Another live game coming up.
I think we're going to be doing some more outside the arena content at Barclays in a few weeks. I think
weather permitting.
Out. Yeah. We'll figure it out. All right. Definitely. Well, it was awesome as always, guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Good night.
Peace.